Good morning. Welcome to the daily vlog about unsung heroes of the Bible. Glad you could be with us today. My mug today, as you can see, has Nashville on it. I was there for the Southern Baptist Convention a few years back and picked up that mug. It helps me to remember on this day to pray for the Southern Baptist Convention, the International Mission Board, North American Mission Board, all the missionaries and entities that help carry the gospel around the world. So Nashville for today. Well, we're continuing in our study of unsung heroes of the Bible, and we know about Abraham, how that he was the father of faith, the father of nations. You know, he gets a lot of attention in the Bible. But did you know that before Isaac, his son Isaac, was born, Abraham had a trusted servant that was to be the heir to all that Abraham owned? His name was Eliezer of Damascus. He was a man of faith and loyalty and humility, and he's our unsung hero for today. He was the heir that wasn't. He was the heir that didn't actually get the riches of Abraham handed down to him. In Genesis 15, verses 2 and 3, it says, Abram said, O Lord God, what will you give me since I am childless, and the heir of my house is Eliezer of Damascus? And Abram said, Since you have given no offspring to me, one born in my house is my heir. You see, at this point, Abraham had no children, and in that culture, if you had no children as an heir, your most trusted servant becomes the one that would inherit everything. In this case, that servant was Eliezer. He wasn't just an ordinary worker. He was Abram's chief steward. He managed all the household of Abraham and all of his affairs. So he's a very trusted man. But God had a different plan. He had already promised that through the seed of Abraham, through his children, would be the blessing of the nations that would come. So in sense, God had promised a biological heir to Abraham. And eventually, of course, you know the story of Abraham that came about through Isaac. We do not find that Eliezer complained about that at all. His position as heir to Abram or Abraham was gone, but you don't find him complaining about it. As a matter of fact, Eliezer had a mission given to him by Abraham to find a wife for Isaac. This is years later, and it's in Genesis chapter 24, verses 2 through 4. It says, Abraham said to his servant, the oldest of his household, who had charge of all that he owned, please place your hand under my thigh, and I will make you swear by the Lord, the God of heaven and the God of earth, that you shall not take a wife for my son from the daughters of the Canaanites among whom I live, but you will go to my country and to my relatives and take a wife for my son Isaac. Now, this was no small task given to Eliezer. That was hundreds of miles that he had to travel to find the right woman and convince her to leave everything, her family and everything behind, and to come and to marry Isaac. So it was a mission that required great faith and wisdom, and we know from the Bible, divine guidance as well. He prays for guidance. Eliezer arrives in Abraham's homeland, and as we said, he doesn't rely upon his own wisdom, even though he had wisdom. Instead, he prays for a sign from God. Genesis 24:12 says, He said, O Lord, the God of my master Abraham, please grant me success today and show loving kindness to my master Abraham. So he prayed specifically, which is a good example for us. We can do that as well. He prayed for the right woman, of course. He prayed for her, that right woman would offer his camels water at the well. That's very specific in praying. He prayed that this would show that she had a servant's heart, because she would offer to help water the camels. Before he even finishes praying, Rebecca arrives and does exactly what he asked. The Lord would give him a sign and show him that this is the right person. So he prayed specifically about things. Eliezer was faithful to the end. In Genesis 24, 26, and 27, it says, then the man bowed low and worshiped the Lord. He said, blessed be the Lord, the God of my master Abraham, who has not forsaken his loving kindness and his truth toward my master. As for me, the Lord has guided me in the way to the house of my master's brothers. This is Eleazar at the end of his life. He worships God. He's thanking him for answering his prayer. Instead of drawing attention to himself, he points everything back to God. Eleazar did that. And we can learn things from him because of that, this unsung hero, Eleazar. We can learn that to have faithfulness in all circumstances. No, sometimes it's good things, sometimes we're going to be the heir, and sometimes we're not. Good things and bad things, he was faithful in all of it. He trusted God's guidance. That's an example to us. We have to trust that God has a plan for us and he wishes to guide us, and we need to listen to him. And Eliezer had a servant's heart. You know, the New Testament in particular talks about servant leadership and having a servant's heart. He was an unsung hero behind the scenes. And sometimes that's hard to do, but Eliezer did it well. He never became a great patriarch, of the Bible. He never led a nation, but his faithfulness helped to shape the future of God's people. And our faithfulness can help shape God's plan in this world today. So his story reminds us that not all heroes are in the spotlight. Well, thanks for listening today. Hope you're having a great day. If you like this, make sure you like and click that button that says subscribe right down there. It's free, and you'll get notices about future devotional vlogs, and maybe in the near future some podcasts as well. So please like and subscribe. God bless you. Have a good day.